From selling sachet water on the bustling streets of Lagos to lifting the Serie A trophy in Naples, this is the story of Victor Osimhen. Born into poverty, Osimhen grew up in a one-room home with 6 siblings, often sleeping on the floor and hustling on the streets just to survive. His childhood was marked by hardship, losing his mother at a young age and watching his father struggle to provide for the family. Yet even as he balanced survival jobs, one thing never left him: his dream of football. Today, that boy from Lagos is valued at over 100 million euros, making him Africa's most expensive striker, a superstar who inspires millions. But the question remains, how do you go from nothing to everything? From street corners to stadiums, this is not just football, it's survival turned into glory. His story begins in the heart of Lagos. Victor James Osimhen was born on December 29, 1998, in Lagos, Nigeria, a city of more than 20 million people, where dreams are big, but survival is often the first battle. For Osimhen, childhood was marked by hardship. His mother passed away when he was still young, and not long after, his father lost his job. That left the family of 7 children with little to rely on but grit and resilience. The Osimhens lived in a tiny one-room apartment, where Victor and his siblings often slept on the bare floor. To help put food on the table, he took to the chaotic streets of Lagos, selling sachet water to drivers stuck in traffic jams. It was dangerous, exhausting work for a child, but it was survival. Still, amid the noise of the city and the daily struggle, football became his refuge. He played barefoot on dusty pitches, using whatever ball he could find, sometimes even tied up plastic bags. Friends and neighbors quickly noticed his raw speed and instinct for goal. That raw talent eventually led him to the Ultimate Strikers Academy in Lagos, a local football school that became his lifeline. It was here that Osimhen received structured training for the first time, honing his touch, finishing, and stamina. More importantly, it gave him a chance to be seen. What began on the dusty streets of Lagos would soon propel him into the global spotlight. From barefoot pitches to world champion at 16, Victor Osimhen's first real taste of global attention came at the 2015 FIFA U17 World Cup in Chile. Representing Nigeria's Golden Eaglets, he not only impressed, he rewrote history. Osimhen scored 10 goals in just 7 matches, winning the Golden Boot as the tournament's top scorer and the Silver Ball, runner-up for Best Overall Player. Those 10 goals weren't just prolific. They set a new all-time record for the U17 World Cup, surpassing previous legends who had announced themselves on the same stage. His goals weren't tap-ins either. They showcased his blistering pace, sharp positioning, and fearless finishing against some of the world's best youth defenders. In Nigeria, celebrations erupted as the teenage striker became a household name overnight. FIFA's technical study group labeled him the future of Nigerian football, a tag that carried immense pressure, but also immense pride. Nigeria went on to win the tournament, their 5th U17 World Cup title, and Osimhen's goals were the driving force. Scouts from across Europe took notice, and it was clear he would not remain in Lagos for long. In 2017, just 2 years after his record-breaking performance, Osimhen signed with VfL Wolfsburg in the German Bundesliga. The move was seen as a stepping stone to greatness, Nigeria's brightest young talent heading to one of Europe's top leagues. At only 18 years old, he was now on the biggest stage, tasked with proving that his brilliance in Chile was not just a fleeting moment. But as Osimhen would soon discover, the path to football stardom is rarely straightforward. But the dream start came with setbacks. Victor Osimhen's historic move to VfL Wolfsburg in January 2017 was supposed to be the beginning of a glittering European career. Signed straight from Nigeria's Ultimate Strikers Academy, after his record-breaking U17 World Cup, he became the first Golden Boot winner from the tournament to jump directly into the Bundesliga. But the dream quickly turned into a difficult reality. At Wolfsburg, Osimhen found himself far from home, struggling with the language, the cold winters of Lower Saxony, and the physical demands of top-level football. Injuries hampered his progress. A shoulder surgery and recurring fitness issues restricted him to just 16 senior appearances across 2 seasons, and not a single goal. By 2018, it looked like his rise might stall before it had truly begun. A loan to Charleroi in Belgium changed everything. Freed from the intense spotlight, Osimhen rediscovered his confidence. His explosive pace and instinctive finishing brought him 20 goals in all competitions during the 2018-19 campaign. Charleroi made the move permanent, but within weeks, LOSC Lille in France swooped in with a €12 million offer. At Lille, Osimhen's breakthrough was undeniable. In the 2019-20 season, he scored 18 goals in 38 appearances, including key strikes in Ligue 1 and European competitions. He was named Lille's Player of the Season and voted the best African player in Ligue 1. Suddenly, he was back on every scout's radar. In July 2020, Italian giants Napoli made him their most expensive signing ever at around €70 million. From the water cellar of Lagos to one of the costliest strikers in Europe, Osimhen's comeback was complete. And in Italy, everything changed. When Victor Osimhen arrived at Napoli in 2020, the expectations were immense. The club had paid around €70 million, their most expensive signing ever, to secure his services from Lille. At first, his journey was turbulent. Injuries to his shoulder and cheekbone slowed his momentum. But even in those early days, flashes of his brilliance were clear. Blistering pace, relentless pressing, and goals that hinted at something bigger. The breakthrough came in the 2022-23 season, when Osimhen truly exploded onto the global stage. He scored 26 goals in Serie A, earning the Capocannoniere Award as the league's top scorer, the first African player in history to claim the title. His finishing, aerial ability, and tireless work ethic turned him into the face of Napoli's resurgence. But Osimhen wasn't just scoring goals, he was rewriting history. His goals powered Napoli to their first Serie A title in 33 years, ending a drought that had haunted the city since the days of Diego Maradona. The celebrations in Naples were electric, with murals of Osimhen painted across walls and fans chanting his name in streets that had waited decades for this moment. For many, he became the new symbol of hope and pride in southern Italy. By mid-2023, Osimhen's market value soared to around €120 million, making him the most valuable African footballer in the world. In December that same year, he capped it all off by being named CAF Men's Player of the Year 2023, joining legends like George Weah, Didier Drogba, and Samuel Eto'o. His rise placed him firmly in the conversation as Africa's next great football icon. More than just trophies and market values, Osimhen carried something deeper, the pride of Nigeria. Every goal he scored for Napoli resonated back home in Lagos, where children who once stood in traffic selling water now looked to him as proof that dreams could come true. But alongside goals came a transformation in lifestyle. By 2025, Victor Osimhen's net worth is estimated at $25 to $30 million, a figure that continues to rise rapidly as he cements his place among Europe's elite strikers. At Napoli, his annual earnings sit around €10 million, including bonuses, placing him comfortably among Serie A's highest-paid players. Endorsements and image rights add even more, with Nike at the forefront of his commercial partnerships. Like many modern stars, Osimhen enjoys the rewards of his success. His car collection includes a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, a Lamborghini Aventador, and a Bentley Continental GT, each worth well into six figures. These aren't just machines for driving, but status symbols that mark how far he has come from selling water in Lagos traffic as a child. Real estate is another part of his portfolio. Osimhen maintains a luxury residence in Naples, where he lives during the season, and he also owns property in Lagos, keeping strong ties to his homeland. Yet, unlike some footballers whose every move is broadcast, he maintains a relatively private lifestyle. His social media is filled with football moments and occasional glimpses of fashion, but rarely the extravagance of yachts or champagne parties. Fashion, however, is one area where his personality shines. Osimhen is known for bold, statement-making outfits from brands like Off-White, Gucci, and Balenciaga. His love of streetwear culture has made him stand out among peers and added to his growing reputation as a style icon. Despite the luxury, Osimhen is remembered in Lagos for something else: loyalty. He continues to financially support his extended family and friends, helping many escape poverty. For him, wealth isn't just about display, it's about lifting others. Yet through it all, he never forgot home. For Victor Osimhen, success was never just about goals or contracts. It was about carrying Nigeria on his shoulders and giving back to the same Lagos streets that once shaped him. Despite being valued at over 100 million euros and earning millions annually in Europe, Osimhen regularly returns to his homeland. In Lagos, he is celebrated as a national hero, a symbol of resilience for young Nigerians who see in him a reflection of their own struggles. Rather than distancing himself from those beginnings, he leans into them, embracing his identity and channeling his resources into meaningful projects. One of Osimhen's passions is supporting grassroots football. He funds youth programs and sponsors local academies, ensuring that young players have opportunities he once had to fight so hard for. His involvement with community tournaments and talent spotting initiatives gives hope to children across Lagos who see football as a pathway out of poverty. Beyond football, Osimhen has participated in Nigerian charitable campaigns, from health drives to food relief efforts. He has often spoken about the importance of giving back, once stating in an interview, "I play for my people. Everything I do is for them." That humility has earned him admiration not just in Nigeria, but across Africa. His philanthropy and presence extend to education and youth welfare, with financial support offered to families in his community. Friends and neighbors often speak about how he quietly pays school fees, covers medical costs, or helps families find stability, acts rarely publicized, but deeply felt. For Osimhen, generosity isn't about headlines. It's about making sure that the story of Lagos's water seller turned Serie A champion becomes a bridge for the next generation. For Osimhen, football isn't just fame, it's legacy. Victor Osimhen's journey from the slums of Lagos to the top of European football has turned him into more than just an athlete. He is a cultural figure. For millions of young Africans, Osimhen embodies the idea that anything is possible. His rise from selling water in traffic to being valued at over 100 million euros makes him a living symbol of resilience. In Nigeria, Osimhen is already considered a national treasure, often compared to legends like Didier Drogba and George Weah, not just for his ability to score goals, but for his wider influence. Drogba's legacy extends beyond the pitch, for helping bring peace to Côte d'Ivoire. Weah became president of Liberia. While Osimhen's journey is still young, his impact on Nigerian youth carries a similar weight. A beacon of pride and a role model who proves that poverty does not define destiny. As Nigeria's biggest current football export, his every move is celebrated back home. His marketability has also grown. Alongside Nike, Osimhen has worked with local African brands and social campaigns, helping increase visibility for African footballers in global media. Unlike some stars who market themselves primarily through flash, Osimhen's branding stems from his story, a mix of discipline, humility, and unwavering pride in his roots. He often reminds fans and interviewers, "I play for my people." That message resonates not just in Lagos, but across Africa. Osimhen's cultural legacy is about more than goals. It is about hope, perseverance, and pride. And his story is only just beginning. From a boy selling sachet water on the crowded streets of Lagos to a 120 million euro superstar at Napoli, Victor Osimhen's story is nothing short of extraordinary. His life is a reminder that greatness can be built from the harshest beginnings. He has gone from sleeping on the floor with 6 siblings to living in luxury homes, driving Lamborghinis and Bentleys, and wearing the boldest designer outfits. Yet, through it all, he has carried the spirit of Lagos in his heart, returning to Nigeria, supporting his people, and inspiring the next generation of African footballers. Osimhen isn't just a striker. He is an icon of resilience, a symbol of Nigerian pride and proof that the journey matters as much as the destination. And here's the question for you. Is luxury sweeter when you've truly earned it? If you believe it is, then celebrate Osimhen's rise with us. Like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Because greatness doesn't just sparkle, it's built from nothing.